Now let's use the forecast equation into finding forecast. So here remember the y hat function is 0.0484 plus 0.1018 times x. And also remember x is in thousands of dollars in advertising expense, y is in millions of dollars. So we have for a company spends 15,000 and the company spends 20,000. Okay, what would be the expected sales? So this one is 15,000. So for advertising expenditure of 15,000, x is 15. Okay, x is not 15,000. If you put 15,000 into x, then you will get wrong answer. So then y hat is 0.0484 plus 0.1018 times 15. So that will give us 1.5754. That's y hat, but we want the expected sales. So the expected sales is 1.5754 times $1 million. So then you get 1,000,005 $75,400. Okay. Next, for 22,500, for advertising expenditure of 22,500, x is 22.5. Then y hat is 0.0484 plus 0.1018 times 22.5. This will give us 2.3389. Then the expected sales is 2.3389 times $1 million, gives you the answer as 2,338,900. So you need to pay attention to the units and convert it to the proper units when you use these values. Now let's look at multiple regression estimation. So here the multiple regression equation is given for forecasting daily milk sales in thousands. So y is milk sales per day in 1,000 gallons. X sub 1 is price per gallon, and X sub 2 is advertising expense or expenditure in $1,000, and y hat is given as 16.4 minus 4.2 x sub 1 plus 1.5 x sub 2. Now we want to estimate forecast. We want to forecast sales for price of $4.50 and $3,000 spent on advertising, and a second scenario where $5 set as price and $4,400 spent on advertising. So we have like x sub 1 except 2. So scenario A, except 1 is $4.50. Now except 2, remember except 2 is in $1,000. So $3,000 will be just 3. So then y hat is 16.4 minus 4.2 times $4.50 plus 1.5 times 3 will give you 2.0. So sales, which is in thousands, is 2 times $1,000 is $2,000. Now let's look at B. Except 1 for B is $5 per gallon. Now we are spending 4,400, so 4.4 for except 2. Then we get 16.4 minus 4.2 times $5 plus 1.5 times 4.4 gives you again 2. So sales is once again $2,000 per day. Okay. But we are also asked which of the two alternative strategies will generate more revenue. So we have A, sales, revenue, advertisement expense, and then net revenue. Okay. So for A, sales is 2,000 gallons. So revenue is 2,000 times $4.50. So that will give us $9,000 in revenue. This time the advertising expense is $3,000. So 9,000 minus 3,000 will give you $6,000 net revenue, net of advertising expense for the scenario A. For scenario B, again the sales is 2,000 gallons. Revenue is 2,000 times, we are now charging $5 a gallon. So our revenue is $10,000. Our advertising expense is 4,400. So 10,000 minus 4,400 gives us $5,600 net revenue. So between the two, A gives more net revenue.